All right, so today for our mashed potatoes, we're gonna start off with about 4 pounds of regular potatoes, and that's the pan we're gonna be boiling it in. First thing you're gonna do is peel your potatoes. All right, so got those all peeled. So next thing we're gonna do is slice them. I like to slice mine in kind of cubes. The smaller you slice them, the easier they boil and the faster they get soft. Um, so going ahead, chop the potatoes up. Once the potatoes are all completely chopped up, we're gonna go ahead and load them into our pan that we're gonna be boiling them in. All right, so once we get them all in, this is gonna be filled with water. You want the water to be above the potatoes so they get a good boil in. You want them nice and soft. And then once this is full with water, what you wanna do is add you a little bit of salt to kind of help it boil and so that these potatoes can season along the way. You can also use I've seen people use cooking oil in place of salt. Either way, but I just figure use the salt because this way it'll season while it's boiling. All right, so you want to get you a nice amount of salt in there and go on ahead and get these on the stove over medium-high heat, of course covered, and let them boil. Let them go for about 20 to 30 minutes. And then you'll have you some soft potatoes. All right, so we got them boiled. Look at them smoking. First thing you want to do is go on ahead and add you a little butter. All right, that's how we do it down here, Cali style. We add us a little bit of butter because butter makes it better. And with this recipe, I actually ended up using about a half of a stick of butter in total because I started off just kind of cutting off pieces of butter, putting it in there. But ultimately, I used about a half of a stick with about 4 pounds of potatoes. That's about right. All right, so what you want to do is you want to use that butter when you get ready to mash it. So now, and I just use a fork because that's kind of the way I always did it, but you can use a potato masher. But just try to mash all the potatoes completely because you don't want any lumpy potatoes, and that butter is going to assist with that mashing. It's going to flavor it up while it's being mashed. So what I did was just kind of, took my time, mashed them really, really good with that butter. That butter's going to melt along the way. All right, so go on ahead and add a little bit more butter. And like I said, it totaled out to about a half of a stick of butter. You can use margarine if you want. I typically use butter in these recipes because it just, butter makes it better, especially with some mashed potatoes. All right, so take a look at it. We got it about 75% completely mashed. So you see that little cup right there? That's actually a cup with some melted butter. And that's why I said it totaled out to be about a half of a stick because I went ahead and added some more butter because, with these potatoes, you want to make sure they're not dry. We're going to add some milk along the way as well, but the butter just keeps it from getting dry. You don't want any dry potatoes. You want them moist, and I got another recipe I'm going to bring y'all in about a week or so where I add some chicken broth to it and kind of make it some chicken broth and some heavy cream. We're going to do that one next time, but this is just a basic mashed potato recipe, that I make quite often. So going ahead, I added a little bit more butter, and that's where I'm telling you it totaled out to about a half of a stick. All right, you don't have to do that, like they say, it's your thing. Do what you want to do, but this is my thing, and this is the way I'm gonna do it. All right, because it's the way it's really, really good. All right, so now we're gonna go on to the next step. I got about a cup of milk. Get you a wooden spoon, pour your milk in gradually. What I did was I poured in about 40% of the milk that I had in there, which that was about a cup, and I did end up using the entire cup. And then what you do is in the beginning, you just want to kind of fold the milk into the potatoes, kind of get the potatoes coated with the milk before you start whipping them. Because once you start whipping them, you want to make sure you got the right amount of liquid in there so that it doesn't get dry, because then you have to stop and add some more liquid. So you kind of want to just eyeball it, take a look. You don't want any soupy mashed potatoes. Nobody wants that. All right, so it's better to have less than more, because if you have less, you can always add some more milk. All right, or some butter. But if you got too much, then you got to abandon the whole mission. All right. So yeah, gradually add that milk in, and you'll see it'll become easier and easier to whip these potatoes. And once you got the right consistency where you can kind of whip them around, you'll recognize that. And then you won't need to add any more milk. You'll just kind of whip the mashed potatoes, and that's how they're going to come together. But this mashed potato recipe is so good, all right? So good. It's a basic recipe, not taking much seasoning. Look at them. Look at them. They ready to go. They ready to go. That's how we do it down here, Cali style. All right, so at this point, you want to go on in and get that Tony's in there. That Tony's sets this right on off. That ain't nothing like the Tony's. All right, so let's get some of that Tony's in there for that flavor. Let's get some of that black pepper in there. All right. All right, let's get some of that garlic powder in there. I'm sorry, that onion powder in there. And then let's get some of this parsley flakes in there, because that's going to do it. Now, I didn't add any paprika this time. Sometimes I add paprika to my mashed potatoes just a little bit, but this time I didn't. All right, so let's just go on ahead and get that seasoning all mixed in. We just about done. So we talking about all of 40 minutes to make you some homemade mashed potatoes. All right, so let's get us a little bit more parsley flakes in there, because you want to be able to see that parsley on these potatoes. Look at it. There it is there. It's all finished. Look at those mashed potatoes. All you need is some gravy right there. And we're going to have you a gravy recipe coming soon, a homemade gravy recipe that'll take you 15 minutes. All right, so look at that there. So there it is. And that's how we do it down here, Cali style. That's the mashed potatoes. They go good with just about anything. Give us a like, subscribe to our channel, and check out some of the other videos. We'll catch you next time, right here on Cali Style Cooking. Hey, did you like my video? I hope you did. If you did, click the like button, hit the share button, and subscribe. Make sure you hit that notification bell so that you receive a notification every time we drop a video. We got some really good stuff coming this season, and if you have any suggestions or anything you would like to see us prepare, be sure to leave it in the comment section. Thank you.